afternoon, and this afternoon we have Dawn with us. And Dawn, where do you work now?
My name is Dawn Ziegler, and I work for Jacobs Engineering Group in Orlando, Florida.
Engineering, that's a strange thing for graphic designers to do.
It's a bit of a stretch. I'm an architect now. I've done the graphic arts field, and I've parlayed that into doing a lot of microstation and AutoCAD work. It's kind of fun.
Well, that's different.
Yeah, it's extremely different.
But you didn't start off doing that when
No, I started in the pencil and paper kind of industry so many years ago. Then I came into the graphics field many years later, learning Photoshop, Illustrator, InDesign, and those platforms helped tremendously learning everything having to do with creating structures and buildings and foundations.
And you were just recently promoted?
I moved from the printing industry that I've been working in for far too many years to the graphics and architecture field.
Very, very cool.
Yeah.
I haven't kept up with you other than on Facebook, and so I haven't gotten to ask these questions. But what are you doing now, and how did you get there? But coming out of school, you kind of knew you were going to go in that direction?
Not really, no. I just started doing the printing business, and I didn't want to stay in the printing business, and I applied everywhere that I could find that had graphic design and multimedia and photography and things like that. And my background was more in the printing field and the copiers and things like that, so it just kind of stuck and hid in that way. So the employers that I was working at looked at me for wanting to learn the microstation, wanting to learn the AutoCAD, wanting to learn Revit and all the platforms that they use. That they finally came to me and said, you know, it's been 4 years, let's just bring you in as a full-time employee. So within a month, I literally just received a job with the engineering firm.
So it's been 4 years, is that time? I was thinking it was 5 or 6 years ago when you graduated.
I graduated in 2012.
Okay.
So it's been about 4 years.
It's been about 4 years.
Mm-hmm.
Do you remember going to school?
I did.
What
Several times.
Yes, I think you were here 1 or 2 classes, as I remember.
At least 99% of the classes, yes.
What did you enjoy most about the college experience?
I love the ambiance. I loved coming in with a group of people and having different ideas being thrown at you from different directions. You have somebody who's not sure how to do anything, and you can give input to them as to, okay, here's a different way of looking at it, here's a different way of designing things. Just looking at the glass from a different angle rather than head on, which is really amazing. I loved teachers, I loved all the administrators, and everybody worked with you to make sure you exceeded in the task you were doing.
You were work-study when you came through, weren't you?
Mm-hmm.
Did that help?
Tremendously, yeah. Yeah, the work study was fabulous because it taught me how I needed to act in the work field. It's not all denims, jeans, and expletives every 5 seconds. You have to maintain a certain modesty and decorum in the business. You can't have pink hair even though they don't mind the pink hair now. There are things that they're starting to get used to in the business field now. So it's a big learning experience. It's very well worth my time. I would recommend going out for it highly, if you get the opportunity.
Okay. If you were to give advice to the students who are sitting out here?
Learn as much as you can. It might sound daunting, but that one little piece of information you're learning and you're carrying on with will help you in the big picture later on down the line. So it might sound ridiculous, but always keep learning. Always keep figuring out. That doesn't sound right.
What do you remember from intro? What does Mr. Williams teach about an intro?
An intro?
An intro. I said, this is kind of a follow-up on something I said to the intro class earlier. Mr. Williams always talks about...
Himself?
Touche, okay. That's fine.
Republican.
Crap!
Oh,
yeah, crap. The keep it simple, stupid line applies almost everywhere.
Anybody in the audience have any questions for Dawn?
Don't be scared.
Yeah. Have you considered going for a further degree?
Yes.
And what
Yeah.
direction is that heading?
The company, depending on what company you get in with, ask your employer at the interview what programs they offer, what schooling they offer. Most of the companies that are out there will pay your tuition for your next schooling 100% if it's in the field that you're looking towards. So I'd like to check more architecture out. I'd like to see more graphics. I'd like to do something more and see how far this will take me. So I'm not afraid to learn.
Yes, sir.
Besides, like, looking at more schooling, how do you keep learning, like, on your own?
Constantly read, constantly watch. Even if you're watching a TV show, something is giving you inspiration to do something. Something is always making you question that. Well, why is that drawn like that when it could be drawn like this? And go out and make that change. Show somebody you can do it better. Build a better mousetrap.
I don't have a question, but I have a comment. I had red hair for about a year, like bright red hair, like Ariel hair. So I got a lot of comments. We had Disney classes at that time, a lot of Ariel jokes or strawberry shortcake jokes. So I get it.
I get called Skittles, I get called Pinky.
Oh, yeah.
I mean,
There's a lot of weird ones.
Yeah,
People,
it's okay.
negative, definitely.
you learn to make that part of who you are.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's just hair.
All right, thank you very much, Dawn.
Thank you.
I appreciate you.